I'd like to welcome you. Freedom and independence seeking is a legitimate right of every nation. The Afghans also used their legitimate right after 20 years of inconvenience in Kabul. Our plan was to stop at the gates of Kabul after capturing all other provinces. Therefore, so that the transition process is completed smoothly without us entering Kabul, so that we stop the troubles and harms or damages. But unfortunately, the previous government was so incompetent, and as a result of their actions, their security forces could not do anything to ensure security, and we had to do something. We had to take the responsibility. So that was the reason. The abusers and the rioters, they wanted to abuse the name of the Islamic Emirate to enter houses or to harass the people or to steal. So therefore we instructed our forces to enter Kabul to ensure this, to stop all this and to ensure security. So we had to do this, to enter Kabul to stop those criminals and abusers, so that we ensure the safety and security of the people and the residents of Kabul. Therefore, the residents should be assured that your security is guaranteed. In the same way, when it comes to the current circumstances, I would like to assure the international community, including the United States, that nobody will be harmed in Afghanistan. I would like to assure our neighbors, regional countries, we are not going to allow our territory to be used against anybody, any country in the world. So the whole global community should be assured that we are committed to these pledges, that you will not be harmed anyway from our soil. The international community, we would also like to request the international community so that we then recognize international boundaries and interactions. We should be treated accordingly. According to these frameworks, we do not want to have any problem with the international community. We'd like to act on the basis of on the principles of our religion, of our culture, and we have given a lot of sacrifices. We have the right to act on the basis of our religious principles and rules and regulations. This is the right of the Afghans. Other countries have also different, have got different rules, different policies, different. Europeans have different approaches and policies. The US has different rules and regulations. Arab countries in the same way. Other countries in the same way. The Afghans also have the right to have their own rules and regulations and policies, so that they're in the advantage and for the profit of the nation, of the people, so that they're in accordance with our values. So nobody should be worried about our norms and principles. The issue of women is very important. The Islamic Emirate is committed to the rights of women within the framework of Sharia. Our sisters, our women have the same rights, will be able to benefit from their rights. They can have activities in different sectors and different areas on the basis of our rules and regulations, educational, health, and other areas. They are going to be working with us, shoulder to shoulder with us. the international community, if they have concerns, we would like to assure them that there's not going to be any discrimination against women, but of course within the frameworks that we have. Our women are Muslim. They will also be happy to be living within our frameworks of Sharia. We hope that as soon as the conflict is done away with in Afghanistan, we are going to build the infrastructures of the economy. For this, we're going to take actions for economic activities. The interactions with the international community with other countries are going to continue. We are going to be working on our natural resources, on our resources in order to revitalize our economy, for our reconstruction, for our prosperity. Therefore, the Islamic Emirate is requesting the whole international community that, God willing, we can very soon, actually, very quickly can change the situation in the country economically. Every Afghan wants to improve his or her life. So the whole community, the whole society will be active in trade, in economics, and we are committed to ensure security, and after that to build our society, to serve our nation. We are the servants of the nation for the benefit of the nation, both in this world and for the next world. Once again, I would like to assure the media, we are committed to media within our cultural frameworks. Private media can continue to be free and independent. They can continue their activities. We've got requests, some requests from the media. Well, one is that Islam is a very important value in our country. Nothing should be against Islamic values when it comes to the activities of the media. Therefore, Islamic values should be taken into account when it comes to the activities of the media, when it comes to developing their programs. Therefore, the media should be independent, should be impartial. Impartiality of the media is very important. They can critique our work so that we can improve. So you, young in the media, should also pay attention to the shortcomings so that we can serve the nation in a better way, and you should also work accordingly. In the same way, it's very important that the Afghans are giving a lot of importance to their national values. National unity, national consensus. The media should not work against this national values, against national unity. When it comes to ethnic differences, religious differences, and hostilities, they should not be actually promoted by the media. They should work, on the contrary, for the unity of the nation. To have peaceful, brotherly living together. Once again, I would like to express my gratitude to all of you for participating in our press conference. So the names are going to be read out. I'm here to serve you. We're going to have more press conferences. So today we have maybe less time than the future. I just came from a trip. I just wanted to make sure you're not going to wait for me. So we'll have a lot of time to discuss in the future. The questions are going to be asked now. I'm going to answer all of the questions. And Unfortunately, I can't hear the other gentleman at the podium. So the first question from Al Jazeera. Everybody will have a chance to ask question. Al Jazeera.
I want to talk to you about women's rights and girls' rights.
Charlotte Phyllis from Al Jazeera. I can't hear her.
The girls can still go to school. What assurance can you give to women and girls that their rights will be protected?
مقصد ترجمان ستا ترجمه کی
زه ترجمانی کوم
کار په زور
پښتنه دا د ښځو حقوق په اړه
مایک نزدیک ده.
The question was about women's rights.
نه دا کښ کړی یو سیمه واس کوله بس صحیح
د ښځو حقوق په اړه پښتنه داسې تاسو کوم ضمانت ورکوي چې ښځې به
The question is, what kind of guarantees can you provide for ensuring women's rights? As I mentioned earlier, when it comes to, we are going to allow women to work and study. We have got frameworks, of course. The women are going to be very active in the society, but within the frameworks of Islam.
Rights, whether it is in work or other activities, because women are a key part of society, and we are guaranteeing all their rights within the limits of Islam.
Panel, ABC News from America. Can I ask you, what guarantees can you give to the Afghans who fought with the Americans, the interpreters? What guarantees will you give to the Afghans who are now hiding at home, who want to leave the country, who the Americans will transport? What guarantees? Sorry.
One.
This is very important. This is a man who's being held hostage by the Taliban. His name is Mullah Zabi ullah, and on behalf of his parents, they've asked me to ask you whether you will now commit to release him.
دوه پوښتنې دي یو دا چې هغه خلکو ترجمانی کړې ده امریکایانو سره یا نور کارونه کړي دي هغوی د امنیت په باره څه ډاډ ورکولی شي او دویمه پوښتنه دا ده هغه قراردادي چې
The question was about interpreters and security for the interpreters that work for the Americans, also the contractors. Unfortunately, I cannot hear the questions by the media. I would like to assure you, all the compatriots, whether they were translators, whether they had military activities, or whether they were civilians, all of them have been pardoned. Nobody is going to be treated with revenge. The youth who have talents, who have grown up here, who are from this country, we don't want them to leave. These are our assets. We would like them to stay here to serve. We would like to assure you that nobody is going to knock on their door to inspect them or to ask them or to interrogate them as to who they have been working for or interpreting for. So I would like to assure you that no harm is going to be. They're going to be safe. When it comes to contractors, I don't have any information about this, but it might have to do with the previous years. I do not have any full information about this.
Mr. Mujahid says that we are assuring the safety of all those who have worked with the United States and allied forces, whether as interpreters or any other field that they have worked with them. As for their talents and their skills, we do not want them to leave the country. We want them to serve their own homeland. As for the contractor, there was perhaps he's gone missing, as reported by the media. We do not have any information about him at the moment.
بله د تاسو له لارې نه هغو ته اطمینان ورکړو چې راسي خپلو کورونو ته هیڅوک په هغو باندې کار نه لري.
Assure you that in your homes, nobody is going to harm you, nobody is going to knock on your door, nobody is going to be interrogated or chased. Those who have knocked on people's doors to inspect their houses that have been abusers, they are going to be chased and investigated. So, thousands of soldiers who had fought us for 20 years, after the end of the occupation, all of them have been pardoned. Those families who are at the airport waiting, if they come back to their homes, nobody is going to do anything to them. They are going to be safe. Nobody is going to inspect them. We give them confidence. Again, I can't hear the question. The journalist is from Tulu News. So from the answer, we'll find out what the question has been. If you can ask just one question. I should remind you that we have pardoned everybody. This is for the benefit of stability and peace in Afghanistan. All factions who have fought us from A to Z are pardoned. They are not going to be revenged. And God forbid, we haven't done anything intentional against anybody. If during the war and conflict somebody has been harmed unintentionally, then this is one of the side effects of conflict. For 20 years, a huge occupying force was defeated. Then it was impossible for us to free the country, to emancipate the country without injuries, without harms, without being hurt. You know that some people have even committed suicide, like unwittingly. If somebody does something like that, if somebody has been harmed as a result of these activities, these are, of course, understandable. They are side effects of war. But I would like to assure you, I would like to guarantee that no harm inflicted on the nation has been intentional. There have been the side effects of war. There have been technical problems and other unfortunate side effects and incidents. Next question.
ببخشید آرامش تحفظ کنین. ببخشید.
مجاهد سپن دریم آواز داشته کابل خاطر طالبان داخل شوی تقریبا دریم زوج تصمیم که داره وقتی چه حتی نکون مقاومت شده یا نکون بعد نظامی مرکز شده که حالا نمی باشه. مگر موسم که کار تو بود کار فضا دیگر نظامیه کار که نظامی کسان دوستی سر کاوی خانه یو تشویش رو داره. اول از دولتی امکانات که تقریبا بیت المال گرکی د
خلکو ته تاسو پیګه چې خار کله سیاسي حالت کې تغیر سول.
You know that when the political situation changed in the city, thefts and robberies and crimes started to emerge, but we had to take actions to stop them. In a very short period of time, we managed to do that. So we had to stop instability. So they had to be controlled. So we had to come up with a sort of actions within different regions of the city. So gradually, we will bring back complete normalcy and stability. The Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan will never abuse any assets. Those, for example, some people are armed, they have to be disarmed. I should be reminded that emancipating the country was a noble cause to get the country rid of their, so we could get rid of the occupiers, without which we could not form our government. So negotiations were taking place for 18 months. We had a strong team in Qatar. But then it was sabotaged. Some warmongers sabotaged it. They had actually, this previous government actually announced a 6-month plan for war against us. So for another 6 months, we were going to witness killings of our children, of our compatriots. Our struggle was to form an Islamic government. Anyway, our fighters, our people who are involved in this struggle, we are all going to make sure that we can include all other sides and factions from all segments of the society. That's what we have been struggling for. Those who have whose lives have been lost as a result of fighting for the enemy, this was their own fault. You could see that we managed to conquer the whole country in a matter of days, but we are not arrogant for this. We have instructed everybody not to enter anybody's house, whether they're civilians or military. There's a huge difference between us and the previous government. When we formed the government, then when everybody sees their position, their place, then you will see. The current situation is, of course, in the kind of military situation. We will, after formation of the government, everything will be more clear.
سوال در مورد
زبیدی صاحب سوال خود تکمیل زیدی صاحب بله بله اگر این سوال به اساس ایدئولوژی و مفکوره و یا عقیده
This question, if it is based on ideology and value systems, our nation is a Muslim nation, whether it was 20 years ago or whether it was now. But when it comes to experience and maturity and vision, of course, there's a huge difference between us in comparison to 20 years ago. There will be a difference when it comes to the actions we're going to take. This has been like a evolutionary, complementary sort of a process.
Let's
talk about the law after the government is formed. They're going to decide what kind of laws are going to be presented to the nation. This will be the duty and responsibility of the future government with the participation of all people.
Zahir Sahib Putana.
One thing I need to say, we are seriously now working on forming the government. Very seriously, I would like to assure you, it will be announced after completion. We have all the borders under our control. There's not going to be any case of smuggling of weapons. All the weapons that have been used in fighting are going to be collected and completed and registered. Contact consultations are being carried out. We will be aware of it soon. International journalists, please let's give a chance to them.
دا سوال خو باید فیسبوک له ادارې سره د بیان د ازادي دعوت دوی کوي او دلته خلک د بیان د ازادي.
This question should be asked to those people who are claiming to be promoters of freedom of speech, who do not allow publication of all information. I can ask Facebook company. This question should be asked to them.